Best be on my way. First in my heart.
The Harpers have been compromised. Jahira's support has been invaluable. Sorry, but there's no room for me. Let's make this happen.
Defender of the people.
Wanna dance?
All right, what now?
Hey ho.
Still breathing, despite everything. Let's move.
A hero at heart.
Very well.
I think it's a true
Halt! We do not know how you gained entry, but your trespass shall not be punished. Lord Gortash has been expecting you.
The Watcher's presence fades, but another takes its place. Confident, dominant, commanding.
My most esteemed guest, we meet at last. I am Lord Enver Gortash. You are the prison bearer, slayer of the dread General Ketheric Thorm. I welcome you to Baldur's Gate, my city. I admire your audacity, but it'll be the death of you. Ketheric had an army of corpses and a crumbling tower. I have a city and an army of steel. It will be better for us both to resolve our differences amicably. And I have the perfect venue for a face-to-face meeting. Allow me to formally invite you to my inauguration. Make your way to the ceremonial hall.
From Gortash. We shouldn't have any more trouble from the guards.
The pride of the gate.
Looking ahead.
Even if you and our friend ended up having werewolf cubs, they'd be so adorable.
I've shown no signs of lycanthropy, thank you very much. But should that change, I'll take it you're volunteering to be childminder.
Buy me some protective gloves and I'm all for it.
Take your...
Still alive, so that's progress.
I'm not being paid to like it. If I were you, I'd focus on my own job and leave the steel watchers to
Moving
theirs.
ahead.
Can do is be patient.
No one back home will ever believe this.
Let's rehearse this one more time.
Calm down, dear. It won't happen, I swear. It's the waiting that's hard. If we could just talk to one of the fists, it would be as clear as day that we're not criminals.
Are they going to arrest us?
They say Gortash won't be king.
Calm down, dear. It won't happen, I swear.
No time to talk.
is strong. Anything you want to say? Anytime, babe.
Door because it
I
sounded
don't
like
know.
some in
I
trouble.
don't know.
Inside.
All we can do
The house
is
was
be
on
patient.
fire. We were rescuing people.
I spoke to a witness who says you entered the house before the fire started.
This is the armory. Not a bloody open house. Fists only. Trade. This equipment isn't for sale. It belongs to the Flaming Fist. Wake up, you useless hugger!
Down the door.
Have to keep going. I have something to ask.
This is the armory. Not a... This equipment isn't for sale. It belongs to the Flaming Fist. Fine. Keep your boots on.
Where am I needed?
lot of use that hunk of junk was. Keeping me safe.
Let's get going. At least things have stayed interesting.
The Flaming Fist don't stand for trouble.
Never a dull moment.
Citizen, you are being accompanied by a malfunctioning...
I think you have the wrong hunk of metal.
False. Report your purpose, Steel Watcher. Why are you following these citizens unbidden? Ah. I understand your malfunction. Your unit is a highly outdated model. The Ragnak's casement protecting your metallurgized valves is burning well outside the recommended temperature. Please report to the Steelwatch Foundry for dismantling.
Not sure. Maybe whatever keeps them going is similar to my tin can. Turns out I'm the fucking prototype for these things. I'll dismantle every single one of them.
Any threat to the Steelwatch is a threat to Lord Gortash himself. Please report to the Steelwatch Foundry for immediate dismantling.
Yeah. Anything spicy you can tell me about the old prick?
You will speak of our creator, Lord Enver Gortash, with respect. You will keep your distance, Steel Watcher.
Let's make tracks before this thing gives me the Edict of Bane.
Can't give up now. Have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it. I've got a long road ahead.
Calm down, dear. It won't happen, I swear.
Let's rehearse this one more
I
time.
can't really glazed up in it,
Pretend
Thea.
I'm a fist.
It wasn't even
and
hurt.
tell me what you were doing in the house.
Here we go.
That's why nothing's gonna happen to us. We'll tell them what happened, and we'll be home in no time.
Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber.
Best behavior around here.
Flaming Fist Barracks. Authorized personnel only.
Please make your way to the audience chamber.
You arrest us? What if they throw us in jail?
What are you doing in here?
You notice the gnome slip a lockpick into his pocket.
You're not a fist. Go on, get out, or I'll wake the others.
Let's rehearse this one more time.
At the ready.
Pretend I'm a fist and tell
That's
me
why
what
nothing's
you
gonna
in
happen
the
to
house.
us. We'll tell them what happened, and we'll be home in no time.
Lord Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber.
I'd focus on my own job and leave the Steel Watchers to theirs.
Here goes nothing.
Lord Gortash is expecting you. Please make your
What? Oh, what are you... You're not a fist. Go on, get out, or I'll wake the others. Who do you think you are? Eh? You can't just accuse someone of being a thief. You've got no business being in here, so just clear off. No, wait! Why do you have to stick your nose?
What in the 9 bloody hells is going on? Raynash?
You've got one breath to explain why you're in here, or you're going straight to the cells.
That's impossible. Raynash was on duty the whole...
That sneaky little git. It was him all along.
Ever since they ordered us to close the gates. He must have a nice little nest egg by now.
If he shows his face again, he's got a bed waiting in the cells.
Appreciate the help you've given. But we need to get our shut-eye before we're back on duty. Civilian areas back the way you came.
Lord Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience. Lord Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber.
I don't know, dear.
Inside.
I don't know.
You heard anything about what it's like in the prisons?
Says you entered the house before the fire started.
Lord Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber.
Are the gods truly this petty?
Please make your way to the audience chamber.
Hush.
Patriarchs are upstairs. Lord Janeth could call for me at any moment.
Sorry, these dukes are working me to the bone.
Lady Alia says the absolute...
Cult army on the march, killer on the loose.
You hear? My lady says Absolute's army's on the march.
Head up, chest out. Lord Port...
Lord, Archduke, God. I'll call Gortash what he wants.
Ravengard's a hero. Eldril would still be stuck in the hell.
Bruff's babbling, no time to talk.
I'm on duty.
If it isn't little Will, straight to your handler. And I didn't even have to whistle.
Mizora, I've had enough. You owe your life to me. Time to end the pact.
Feeling cheeky, are we? Most unbecoming. Heard about your father. The Absolute's puppet. A damned travesty, if you ask me. He's upstairs in Worm's Rock, ordaining Gortash as Archduke. A splendid party, I hear. Perfect for crashing. Go on up. We'll talk after.
Look, I'm all for Gortash, but those clankers, they don't sit...
Because they do your job better than you and without complaining.
Imagine where we'd be without them. The city would be overrun. They're all that's keeping this cult up.
He has a point.
Ha! You hear this? Tell my friends how safe you feel with those metal giants stamping about. You've been reading too many picture books.
Lord Gortash himself is the one pulling their strings. We're all better off for it.
What's next? He's out of our hands.
Lady Alia says...
Go on up.
Master Porter, I've taken the liberty of... Oh.
Lord Gortash, please make audience
Maybe I need more pockets.
much for a warm welcome.
Don't give me trouble now.
I'll be my old fishing spot. Spent more than a few summer-tide days here. Only a few head colds and a tongue lashing from my worried father.
No one's stopped me yet. No time to rest. Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times. All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have.
Are they going to arrest us?
What to do? Is that blood? No, never mind. something over there. That might be worth a look.
I'm way too big.
Anything of use? Sharp as ever. Looking ahead. Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Blade at the ready. Checking things out.
No one back home will ever believe this. Light on my feet.
Is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber.
Lady Alia says the Absolute's army won't be causing trouble for Gortash. Or for us.
Kinspeople, Baldurians, and dearest Duke Ravengard, thank you for joining me on this exceptional day.
It's him. Gortash. This is it. I can practically taste his blood from here.
My father's here, Karlak. cool your fires. He must not come to harm.
So we bide our time. But make no mistake, that monkey is mine.
A moment, please, my friends. An old acquaintance has come to pay her respects. Please, Karlach, come and say a proper hello.
My respects! You're lucky I've agreed not to shove my boot up your...
Ah, how I've missed your colourful turns of phrase. We must catch up just as soon as I've had words with your little friend. As for you, I understand congratulations are in order. Thorm's defeat hasn't gone unnoticed. You're known for who you are and for that netherstone that you carry. The quakes are a clear warning. If nobody steps in soon, it'll free itself from the authority of the crown. I expect it'll start with turning the Sword Coasts infected. You among them. That prism of yours won't last indefinitely. Next, the grand design. The Mind Flayer Empire reborn. If we're lucky, we'll become slaves. If we're unlucky, well, not the most thrilling of prospects, but it's a fate that can be avoided if you and I come to an understanding. Together, we can still restore authority over the brain.
Of course. Gortash always did have an eye for opportunity.
There's an old wisdom. A brittle alliance can never be mended. It can only break. With Ketheric gone, Orin proved treacherous. Baal's chosen wants the Netherstones for herself. She only cares for blood. And your blood and mine are of particular interest to her. You've met her assassins. Efficient killers, by all accounts. I know you survived previous encounters, but she won't relent. Orin changes shape faster than you and I change clothes. You know, she's tricked you before. She's targeted me as well. I'm well protected, but she's extremely good at what she does. If Orin obtains all 3 Netherstones, she'll plunge the coast into chaos and paint the city in blood. I can't let that happen. I want to lead this city to glory, not scorch its earth. I'd like to propose a pact, a divine oath sworn upon spirit and flesh. I do no harm to you, nor you to me. Furthermore, you'll have nothing to fear from my steel watch while our pact stands. Thorm's stone is yours to keep. When you slay Orin and take her stone, you bring it here, so the 3 are united once again. Together we rule Faerun as kings. No, more than kings. Gods. We rule as the absolute.
And my father?
Your father will do whatever you command him to, like any other subject in our kingdom. What do you say? Shall we be allies?
I can detect no deceit. This alliance could serve us well. And if it does not, well, we need not honor it.
Let's be allies, said the viper to the frog.
You look carefully, but discover nothing.
So Ketheric was ready to betray our alliance too. I can't say it comes as a surprise, but you should know this. I initiated this plot. I brought Ketheric and Orin together to create the Absolute. They knew this would only work if we stood united and coordinated our powers. Their ambition blinded them to reason. I don't suffer the same affliction. In short, you can trust me. Perhaps a demonstration of why you need my help will motivate you to make the right decision. Your camp is compromised. One among you is an imposter, a faceless. Who, I can't say. I'd suggest a thorough investigation. You'll find I speak the truth.
A doppelganger in our camp. That sounds all too believable.
The faceless in your camp is like a knife at your throat. Remove it quickly, or any alliance between us would be exceedingly short-lived. First, Orin the Red, bloody dagger of Baal, causes panic in the streets through killings in the Absolute's name. Next, the threat of the Absolute's monstrous armies formed by Merkel's general, Ketheric Thorn. In such circumstances, people crave strong leaders. Leaders that bring law, order, and protection. Leaders like me, Bane's unyielding hand, author of justice. You are soon to witness the people of Baldur's Gate granting me complete power over them, all out of fear of the Absolute. Next, we will declare curfew and begin infecting the masses. Our subjects will hear the voice of their absolute God. The faithful will do anything in the name of their God. Our tyranny, and we are saviors, defenders of the Sword Coast. Our loyal subjects will love us, not hate us. What comes next will be entirely their fault. Powerful connections. Let's leave it at that. More importantly, just. Now, come, be witness as I make history as the first Archduke of Baldur's Gate. You will follow me, and you will show due respect. Distinguished dukes, patriarchs, dearest Ravengard, I will heed your call. A new chapter begins.
Enver Gortash, swearest thou by Balduran's blade to defend the citizens of Baldur's Gate from enemies within and without?
I swear.
Swearest thou true faith and fealty to the same, by word, deed, and decree, so that none may suffer?
I swear.
Gathered guests, grant ye consent? Enver Gortash, the Council appoints you Archduke of Baldur's Gate.
My friends, the Steel Watch stands ready. Let its blade fall on any who would diminish our city. And you, honored guest, will find me in my office above when you return. Do not come empty-handed.
So there you have it. Lord Enver Gortash in all his glory. What did you make of him? Not if I get to him first. How could all these people cheer for him like that? Can't they see what a chancer he is? And they expect these big metal monsters to tuck them in at night while the Absolute knocks on the gates. If only they knew the truth. The Dead Three orchestrated all of this. And it's working. I wish this city, the people running it, were smarter than me. Gortash isn't their salvation. He's the monster at the gate.
Unthinkable. To see my own father. Please, we need to speak with him. Maybe he can see reason.
An imposter in our ranks. If this is true, it could be anyone. You, me... Well, not me, I know who I am. Perhaps we shouldn't take Gortash's word for granted. But if he speaks the truth, we need to be careful. Orin could have eyes and ears on us right now. Then that's where we need to go.
I want to have a word.
Dearest Karlak, I'd busy myself finding Orin if I were you. I'll still be here for any unfinished business.
That's it? That's all you have to say to me?
Were you hoping for something else? A word of wisdom? A hug?
Thanks to you, I don't hope for things anymore. I just take whatever it is I want. See you soon, motherfucker.
You most certainly will.
Truest of souls, bathed in her light.
There is a fleeting connection. Your parasite communes with his, then falls quiet.
Father, my dearest boy, the hells have touched you, but you've come to me just as Gortash said you would. A true soul, no less. Father and son, unstoppable generals. You and your allies will usher in a new dawn. What is a hero? If not an actor, Faerun suffers in darkness. But Baldur's Gate will soon burn bright. Gortash and I will ignite the final spark.
No, this isn't him. This is the tadpole talking.
For a brief moment, uncertainty clouds his mind, then dissipates. The astral prism vibrates in concord.
What nonsense is this?
The prism quivers once more. Ravengard falters.
As I said, Baldur's Gate will ascend. Tyrill's first and only grand city.
First comes a vision of terror. The city of Baldur's Gate taken by Lithids. But beyond the terror, there is hope. You see a beaming Ravengard presiding over the sunlit city, applauded by the people. A people at peace.
The true Ravengard is still clinging on somewhere in that mine. It might not be too late for him.
Have we finished then?
Incredible. To hear but there's still a glimpse. I won't let the Absolute keep him. This is my pledge.
What glory us.
Away, if you please.
Ravengard freed from the Hells. Archduke Gortash secures our borders.
Under Gortash was safe.
The Absolute's blight will be a hard one. The city is only as strong.
Will you take up arms? Times of strife produce the fight. It is the duty of the Patriarch to defend the...
Thank the living gods.
Finally.
I may speak only to my lord.
My cousin tells me
All right,
the lords
what now?
of Waterdeep have requested a shipment of steel watchers to help defend against the Absolute. I trust the request was denied. We need to look at our own defenses until danger has passed.
What did I tell you? A momentous occasion. I'm sure you agree.
I've had enough, Mizora. What do you want?
Your attention, little pup. Nothing more. And you'll be glad to give it. You see, Gortash has had your father relocated. I'm just an impartial observer. This is Gortash's game. A murderous one, the way I hear it.
Shit.
Your dad's good as dead, pup. And to think, there's no way to save him. Or is there?
You know something.
I know enough. I'll be in your camp if you want to work something out.
Sticking up for each other as the sky falls around us. Gods.
Of course she'd stick her infernal nose where it doesn't belong. Of course. By all the hounds of the Hells, what is she planning? Certainly not. But she's as inevitable as Torril's path around the sun. We'll have answers soon enough. Until then, may my father keep safe. Whatever could...
Let's see. Have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it. No time to rest. Let's get going.
Sorore surge, testis esto pacti me. Come, sisters, be my testament. Notum sit in beator.
Notum sit in beator.
Holy hells.
Fina, Cirrus, arbiters for the hells, exemplars of justice.
Enough, Mizora. Where is my father? How do I save him?
How else? We bargain. Sisters.
Infernos contractus te vocamus. Infernos contractus te vocamus. Infernos contractus te vocamus.
Your contract, Will. Signed in blood, forged in fire, bound in bone, but not unbreakable. Yet no contract is ended without sacrifice, Will. The cost must be paid. Will Ravengard, a choice is before you. Option 1. I show you the way to your father. I guarantee him no harm except that from you and your allies. And you pledge your soul to me and the Archdevil Zariel in a pact eternal. Option 2. I break your pact and you are freed from your duty. Your father dies by his enemy's hand, and Baldur's Gate loses its greatest champion. Name your sacrifice.
Bloody Zariel. I won't let her take Will.
Silence, Karlak.
Mizora, you asshole!
Choose. Addendum F. The Absolute must be avenged for the Soulbinder's detention at Moonrise. The Soulbearer retains his gifts until such time as the Absolute is slain.
You damned wretch! Father. Do it. Break the pact.
Fiat Ita.
Fiat ita. Anima ad beator.
Didn't think you had it in you. Seems my boy's all grown up. And don't go fussing about your father. You made your choice. You knew the terms. You know what? I think I'll stick around. Not for the greater good, you understand. Just for the entertainment.
I brought my own paring knife, and now I just need...
I can't believe Will's given up his soul to Zariel. For a father he fell out with ages ago. There's such a thing as being too good. Someone ought to tell Will Ravengard.
I did not know Duke Ravengard that well.
But I am sure Will knows that. But we would do well to remind him when his days grow dark. Hope. The very hook from which these devils try. But if Mizora means to linger with us, I mean to find out if devils do indeed sleep. And just how heavily. There might be. Let it wait until the city proper. Perhaps I'll have had a better idea by then.
The devil do make her feel as unwell.
Gods, I spent 7 years choked by Mazora's leaf. I never knew freedom could taste so bittersweet. I didn't. I don't. My sacrifice kept Baldur's Gate safe from Tiamat's rage. But that doesn't mean that the leash never chafed. The leash has been broken and my father left for dead.
A moment passes. In the stillness, you find a mote of tranquility.
The Raven Guard name now lives solely with me. I will make it count for something. I signed his life away before the Hell's witnesses. I'd be a fool to wish otherwise. We obtain the final 2 nether stones and take back our minds. And
Will gave up his father to have freedom. Especially if the old Duke's fall means his rise.
Will sacrificed his own father. I hope freedom from the Pact is worth it to him.
Come to bask in the glow of the Moon Maiden?
Keeping very well, I hope?
Will sacrificed his own father. A hard choice, but not one that is unknown in nature. What would you like to know? Anytime.
Time and again, Will's plight reinforces my decision not to pursue the... It's one thing to make such a sacrifice in the pursuit of such a pact, but to do so in order to escape one. Truly.
Fate, dost thou require a new ally?
Little Will's all grown up. I can't wait to see what trouble he gets into. Impossible. My bargain was uncommonly reasonable. A single soul for the return of Baldur's Gate's most beloved Duke. A real bargain, I should think. I never thought the legendary blade of... Not very valorous, if you ask me. But what does a mean old devil like me know about heroes? The Absolutists worked a number on me at Moonrise. And you're the best hope I've got at payback. No one crosses the Hell's Children without getting scorched. Ugh, you are an inquisitive one. I'd have thought you'd figured by now. Zariel found new use for an old battle axe. The Dead Three and that bulging brain of theirs are a threat to more than this trifling city, you know. Savor her company. My mistress can be so capricious. The 9 hells of Beator. I call the first hell my home. Avernus. My mistress Zar. How I adore it. The delicious agony of it all. The other 8, well, they are pleasures unto themselves. Perhaps I'll show you my... Correct. I didn't. If you must know, I was scouting the cultists on behalf of Zariel. But those cursed shadows were thick enough to fell even a half-fiend. I woke in that damned pod. It kept my body sealed in my most but a brave, kind, benevolent soul set me free. Why? I'm supplying Will with every scrap of his infernal... I tell you what, when the time comes to squish that big baddie of a brain...
Can't give up now.
I brought my own paring knife, and now I just need some ingredients. I brought my own paring knife, and now I just need some ingredients.
No one's stopped me yet. Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
of Lord Gortax. All livestock admitted to the city must be surrendered. Move along. I've got my hands full enough without gawkers.
My herd are dairy goats. I bet they're going to slaughter them, the poor things.
Before entering Baldur's Gate proper, smuggling or any other...
Are they gonna pay us for the animals they take?
My husband's still in the outer city with the few cows we have left. How am I going to tell him we have to give them up?
Never wanted the easy
Any
path.
complaints will be handled after you turn your animals over to the care of the Ducal Council.
What is that gonna do us? Huh? How are we gonna support ourselves, huh?
Go on, then. You think you can do better? Wish me yours.
Hello? Does anyone want to buy a gazette? Thank you.
Oh, you? I know you. How delightful to meet in person. Though, you're shorter than I expected. My name's Estra Stir, journalist. I speak to the people of Baldur's Gate so our readers don't have to. You are quite correct. The best broadsheet around. I would certainly recommend picking up a copy in the near future. You are, after all, the star of the next Baldur's Mouth Gazette. In fact, it's our juiciest edition in an age bound to get everyone talking about you. Darling, we can't let the readers decide what the content is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've really said rather too much and written.
Thank Helm we made such good time. The army of the Absolute are back. Certainly encourages a brisk pace.
Don't get too comfortable. It's a...
Sorry about the pong.
First thing you want to do after we settle in.
Sleep for a 10-day, or maybe 2.
Do you want a paper? Oh, okay.
Don't think I'll be able to sleep without doing something. Any complaints will be handled after you turn your animals over to the care of the Ducal Council.
What is that gonna do us?
Still alive, so that's progress.
No time to dally.
I've got a long road ahead.
Time I needed.
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have. swift as my feet can carry me.
See the city? Up on the hill.
It's up there and we're down here.
That's why we need to walk just a little more. One foot in front of the other.
Seen that for days. My feet hurt.
I know, little, but you'll be in a big, cozy bed soon enough.
And you'll have anything you want for supper. All the treats your tummy can handle.
We've had worse ideas, Mercon. A lot worse.
I don't know. Lunch?
I bet that's where he keeps the valuables.
What's up for discussion?
I'm just a cat. But please, talk to Yenna. Well, why are you so nosy? Yenna is my best friend. She's kind. Help her, not me. Nothing good, I don't think. She was so very sick. Maybe she made like a cat and went off to spend her last life. But please don't.
I brought my own paring knife, and now I just need some ingredients.
Anything you want for supper. All the treats your tummy can handle.
Should my best step.
Smuggling or any other form of deceit will not be tolerated.
What are you gonna do? Check under my skirt for any stray chickens?
All animals must be surrendered. Failure to do so will...
Result in a good hiding from
A gallows? Nooses are for amateurs. That's what I was taught in the grotto. Do you know how badly those things can go wrong?
Brace yourself.
What a picture you paint. Quite detailed, quite colourful, quite unnecessary.
Seems like a good moment to talk.
Come to have a go. Give it your best shot.
An air of decay hangs over the stooped beggar's form. The smell of rot, the smell of death.
Gold first. Then you can hit me.
Beneath his ragged clothing, you catch a glimpse of rotten flesh, more than any living being could sustain. This man is a zombie.
I'm not dead. Just got a bit of nerve damage. So, you having a go or not? Plenty. Lots of angry people in this city. No one else to take it out on. Go on. You seem like you've something pent up. So, you having a go or not? Then move. Let someone else have a go. Changed your mind? Offer's still there. Go on. Have a swing. Charge too much, people hit you harder. Then they take the gold. Besides, I've taken enough punches for free. So, you having a go or not? You don't pull your punches, do you?
Better not be cursed.
Back for more? I don't mind, so long as you're paying. Tried that once. Better this way. So, you having a go or not? Then move!
What's that? Is that blood? No, never mind. At least things have stayed interesting. What to do? Let's move. Still breathing, despite everything. Is that blood? No, never mind. With a flick of the wrist.
What's the point in paying the guild for protection when they've pulled back all their crews? There's a bloody army coming!
Before you ask, I ain't got none of that plum Prosecco. Now, what can I get you, newcomer? Around here, silence is golden, mate. Best remember that. Now, beverages of distinction, or in some cases, extinction, if you ain't careful. How you feeling today? The last stain I had to clean up off the floor said the same. But go for it.
What, Lady AQ still playing that game? I don't have one ready.
Someone's vintage Moonshae Zinfandel collection. But it looks like a lot of the bottles have gone missing.
Let's get going.
It's an orphanage, Ukta. What would you have me do?
Sees their toys as payment?
Well, they failed to pay tribute. We should withdraw our protection, at the very least.
And cede more ground to the Stone Lord.
You're not suggesting I yield a single inch of the city, my city, to this cult?
We already look weak. If you're seen to be forgiving debts...
I didn't say forgive. Seize the building. Arm any children old enough. If they protect what's mine, we'll consider that a start on what's owed.
Yes, Guildmaster. Excuse me? This is a private council.
Keep your underpants clean, Uktar. We're playing host to a hero. You recall our reports of Ketheric Thorm, General of the Absolute, Champion of Merkel, unkillable Tyrant of Moonrise. Meet the one who killed him. A little less impressive as revelations go. You'll forgive the spying, I hope. The Guild keeps watch for anyone of interest passing through our gates. I'd say you qualify. I already know the one thing about you that I need to. You've crossed paths with the cult's leadership before, and you're still standing. I mean to burn the Absolute from the face of my city. So if you mean to help, congratulations. We just became the best of friends. Oh, did you enjoy the encounter? I have no doubt you gave them a good talking to. The rats usually keep a lid on their nastier notions, but with the Stone Lord business distracting me, some are starting to test the leash. All the more reason to be rid of the cult quickly, so I can remind my crews it's not a leash round their necks if they cross me. It's a noose. Knowing what I know usually comes at a cost. But let's say we'll put it on your tab. Thieves, frauds, and miscreants. If it's just the watch warrants you're reading. The Guild isn't any one thing. We're everything. All the parts of the city the Watch don't want seen, so they push us to the far side of their law. But it's not the Watch that keeps the peace, or gives justice to any Baldurian who asks, whether they can pay for it or not. It's us. If we take a little tribute in return, or tie strings of service to those we help, well, what of it? So long as we're working as one, it all runs quick, quiet, and clean. Clean water, filthy riches, and everything in between. We're citizens of the city. No more, no less. Right now, I'll settle for taking our city back. You have. But don't be so quick to bat away a helping hand. You'll find few enough of them in this city. The Flaming Fist can be bought. The Harpers are scattered, and the Parliament of Beers, well, they're just generally too inbred to be useful. The Absolute's at our gate, and the Guild are the only ones truly standing against it. I was planning to soften you up a bit first, but... straight to business then. You've been seen with a certain Harper. Grey of hair, somewhat spiky of manner. Direct. Fair enough. I need to speak with her. She's still getting the lay of the land, I expect. I have information that might help with that. So, reminder to pay an old friend a visit, would you?
Until then.
Please, don't.
Ah, I've had a lifetime's fear. I look forward to the day we show the Archduke that his tongue is not half so silvered as he thinks. He's protected by his steel watch for now. And Orin, we cannot expect either of the Chosen to fall easily. But fall they must, if we're still... If you see sense in making an alliance, I won't question it. I'll just look forward to the inevitable breaking Gortash spoke of. It would be irritatingly true to form, would it not? A Harper learns to doubt, to peer through every smile, question every look. Eventually, you find what it is you fear, whether it is there or not. When we cannot know, we can only trust. But then, that is exactly what a traitor in our midst would say. Ah, I know what she speaks of. I need, Tell me, what do you know of a man named...
The name is as familiar as Jahira's own. A hero of the time of trouble.
But few know of his fate, I think. Minsk is an old friend. And the last time I saw him, I left him to die. There always is. But before we ever heard of this, what we found was the first dark seed. We might have ended it there. Cut off at the root. It was chaos. He was overrun. I had a choice. Stay and let word of this cult die with us, or leave him and live to fight another day. The world takes much from those who presume to defend it. So don't be sorry, because I mean to use you, if you're willing. Infection, indoctrinate, but it has not been yours. With your help, perhaps it need not be minced. As simply as that? Oh, the point is moot without a means to find him. Nine Fingers Keen controls the guild, which in turn controls every criminal racket from Heapside to the High Hall. Nothing happens in this city that she doesn't hear of, sooner or later. How hospitable she will be to a Harper that comes begging to her guild hall, we will find out. Perhaps I have. The Harpers are the city's best information network. Nine Fingers Keen. Oh, if it does not, you have led a very virtuous life. Nine Fingers Keen controls the guild. Nothing happens in this city. How hospitable she will be to a Harper that comes begging to her guild hall. You'll need to free up your ranks a little first. At your...
Keeping very well, I hope?
Come to bask in the glow of the Moon Maiden? Voss is waiting beneath the city. We'll apprise him of our progress.
Always good to talk, my friend.
Aren't you a sight for sore eyes?
I'll take that.
I received a dispatch from the Grove. Life carries my chosen successor, Francesca, has proven to be a wise choice. Perhaps the wisest I ever made as Archdruid. Wounds have healed. Damage has been undone. There have been difficulties. Some initiates harbor too much admiration for... She is well suited to the task. Better than I, perhaps. I was all too eager to surrender my responsibilities towards the Grove. Perhaps I was never meant to be Archdruid. To be a leader. I thought that would be the case once. Yet, forgive me. The Shadow Curse occupied me so entirely and for so long. I almost missed the purpose it gave me. Now I must find a new one.
How can I help?
What can I do for you, my friend?
Such authority.
Looking ahead. Let's move. Still alive, so that's progress. Something's on my mind.
You owe me a gold piece, grandmother. When I heard you died out in the wilderness, I made an offering at Kellamvor's well.
Of gold? Oh, I did not know I meant so much to you, guildmaster.
Oh, I'm terribly sentimental. Case in point, I've just let a harper walk through my guild hall, noticeably unholed, and with a familiar face in tow.
This is the one who saved my life. So really, he owes you your gold piece. But we can settle debts later, Nine Fingers. For now, we need help. We're searching for Minsk of Rashomon.
A big name, that. Such information does not come cheap, High Harper. Not in normal times. Of course. Seeing as these are not normal times, and we're all such good friends, I'll do better than tell you where he is. I'm bringing him here as we speak. Or parts of him, at least. I gave no orders about the condition of his corpse.
What treachery is this, Nine Fingers? Have you thrown in with the Absolute too?
Against my own city? Careful. You're in very real danger of hurting my feelings. It's Minsk who's found his faith with Faerun's newest god. And a new name with it. The Stone Lord.
Lies.
It should. My people speak it in the same breath as Saravok and Demogorgon, but he's just another upstart. In his short reign, the Stone Lord and his crew have earned a reputation. Pure brutality. No survivors. And where he mows my people down, this ripe little cult takes root. But not for much longer. We have word on where he plans to hit next. And he'll find us ready to hit back this time.
Nine Fingers. Estelle. Call off your ambush, tell us where he is, and we'll handle this.
We? I heard what happened to your harpers, Jaheira. I'm sorry, but this fight's too big for you alone. I don't let trust tie my hands. That's why I sit in this very fine office. The Stone Lord's fate is sealed. We have a bigger war to fight. I'd rather turn our talk to that, but if you need a moment, Jaheira, well, you've earned that much. My guild hall is open to you. Have a drink, Jaheira. Have a rest. Just leave well enough alone. It would be a shame for the city to lose two of its heroes in one day. Keep the Harper out of trouble. Just because I don't... Beyond that, be welcome. Be merry. Is there something you require of a humble guildmaster? No begging? Not even a snotty little please? It's almost like you don't know who you're talking to. The order's been given. It's done. So I hope you know another tune, because I am getting bored of this one. Keep me from having to kill the Harper. Which means keeping out of the guild. Knowing what I know usually comes at a cost. But let's say we'll put it on your tab. Ha! Which part? The Stone Lords hollowed this place out. Half my Orin's faceless try to pierce my ranks every day. When the Absolute's army arrives to wage war on the city, our best hope is to make sure they have no leaders in here willing to open the gates for them. We've crossed paths over the years. I can't stand Harpers as a rule, but Jair is the exception.
You mean that as a compliment? I am sure.
The same way I'm not just the lowly thief, vagabond, and murderer the Watch and peers would paint me as. I happen to be a fine singer, too. Simple enough. After Jaheira warned me, and that I could bore you with the details. How I found evidence of Gortash's projects. Traced him to Orin the Red, and made it because it's always the dead, bloody three. Has-been half-gods who can't help but make their irrelevance everyone else's problem. Oh. You've got some juicy little tidbit I haven't heard yet. Huh. It seems like my intelligence on you was patchy at best. That's annoying. I had no intention of leaving my city in the Dead Three's hands. Definitely not leaving. So, as long as you can keep a lid on what's growing inside you, we're allied. Simple enough, I reckon. Now, war.
Knife. A hot one.
What's next, I wonder?
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting